All right, in this video, we are going to figure out how to find the whole when you've been given the percent and the part, which is kind of a weird thing to think about. So just to review, we already know how to find a percent given the part and the whole. So let's go back to our friendly ratio model here. So we've got the part out of the whole equals the percent out of 100. So we know how to find the percent when we've been given the part and the whole, and we know how to find the part when we've been given the percent and the whole. And just to tie things up, we're now going to learn how to find the whole when we've been given the percent and the part. So this makes a little bit more sense when we use an example. So let's say that 35% of sixth graders ate hot lunch yesterday, which was 70 students. How many total sixth graders are there? So let's make up our ratio here. So we know that 35% of sixth graders ate hot lunch. And we know that that 35% comprised 70 students. So that's the part here. And then we were asked how many total sixth graders there are. So the unknown is that whole down below. Now, looking at this ratio, we can see that we are going to need to scale between our two. So we're asking how many times does 35 go into 70? Well, that's times 2. So then we would need to double down below, which would give us 200. So we can say that there are 200 total sixth graders. Once again, the really important thing here is to make sure you know whether you're dealing with the part or the whole, which is all about close reading. Let's do another example. Let's say that Mia answered 80% of the questions on her science test correctly. She answered 32 questions correct. How many total questions were on the test? If you think you know what to do, go ahead and pause now, make a ratio, and see if you can figure this out. Did you set up your initial ratio this way? We want to make sure that 32 questions, that's the part, and we are being asked to find the whole. So then we need to figure out how many times does 32 go into 80? I don't know that off the top of my head, so I'm going to have to do some long division. I'm going to do 80 divided by 32. Whenever I need to do long division with a big number as my divisor, I make my list. So 32, 64, 96, and I keep going till I get the first number that I need. So 80, that's between 64 and 96. That means it only goes in twice. I have to bring down a 0. And now, how many times does it go into 160? Well, my list doesn't go that high, so I'll extend it a little bit. And it looks like it goes in exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times into 160. So that means I've got 2.5. So if I divide 80 by 2.5, that gives me 32. Which should mean that if I divide 100 by 2.5, it should give me the total number of questions. So let's try it. Let's do 100 divided by 2.5. Whenever we divide by a decimal, we have to move the decimal place, put in its new spot. So 25 does not go into 1, does not go into 10, it does go into 100 4 times. And then 25 does not go into 0. So we put in a 0, so we get 40 for our answer here. So Mia got 32 out of 40 questions correct. And it's a good idea to pause here and think, does that seem reasonable? Does 32 out of 40 seem like about 80%? Well, it's more than half. 20 out of 40 would be half. Seems pretty reasonable. You could even check it if you wanted to by doing 32 divided by 40 and doing out that long division to see if it does in fact equal 0.8. And if it does, then you know you're right. All right, practice problem. So Jackson spent 60% of his time on a road trip listening to music. He spent 3 hours listening to music. How long was the total drive? Show your work by making a ratio. We'll check this in class together tomorrow.